Hello, Juan Carlos. How are you?
Hi Rodrigo, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine as well. Juan Carlos, let me ask you, what have you learned about the coronavirus so far?
Some things that I have learned from the coronavirus is that it spreads by water molecules that someone spreads when talking, sings, or sneezing. Also, the symptoms can be fever, headache, and cough. And the treatment for the disease can vary depending on the symptoms the patient suffers.
Of course, I think the same as you.
And talking about the pandemic, how serious for you is a pandemic disease?
Regarding the pandemic disease, I consider it extremely dangerous, especially for vulnerable people. However, we cannot be a part of our economy. Don't you think so?
Yes, I think that the economy is an important aspect, so we cannot let the economy on a side.
Mhm. Well, and in what are some recommendations that the WHO, the World Health Organizations, Europe has developed to help people? Which other recommendations can you share, Juan Carlos?
Some recommendations that WHO Europe has developed to help people are to stay isolated, be careful when going out, and being well prepared with a mask. However, one recommendation that I can also add is that when someone goes out, try to stay as far as possible from other persons, at least by 2 meters.
It's a must.
Yes. And
Well, what are some? Yes.
and what do you think can governments do to prevent and slow down transmissions?
In principle, the government should provide better free medical care to people with low economic resources and also offer jobs to people who are at higher risk so they can fit in. Don't you agree?
Yes, I think that people with low incomes are the most vulnerable in this pandemic, so they should receive help.
Yes, and in the other hand, there's the scientists and the virologists. Do you think that the scientists and or the virologists will ever find a cure for the COVID-19?
Well, I consider that the experts won't find a cure for COVID-19, but instead they will find a vaccine that will help to prevent from the severe effects of the virus.
Of course, I agree with you, Juan Carlos.
And in your opinion, what are the main challenges that COVID-19 has brought to our healthcare system?
Well, in my opinion, the biggest challenge of the COVID-19 is the rapid spread that exceeds our installed healthcare capacity.
Yes, of
It
course.
was nice talking to you, Juan Carlos.
It was nice too.